Hello, and for tonight's flipped homework assignment, we are going to watch a video, and as I write in this video, you should be copying the notes onto the template that you received in class. When you're done watching the video and you're feeling good about the topics, then you can move on to the KIA questions. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to review what we learned in class today. And we reviewed rounding. And this little rhyme should be helpful, so let's copy this down. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, leave it low. Okay, so now that rhyme is our reminder, we're going to round the first example to nearest tenths place. And in example 1, we have 172.849. So we're rounding to the nearest tenths place. And this is the tenths place. Remember, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So the 8 is in the tenths place. And I'm going to circle my deciding number. That is 4. I don't care about the 9 in the thousandths place. The 4 is going to be my deciding number where I use the rule. So this is 4 below, so I'm going to leave that 8 low. So it's going to be 172.8 is my rounded answer. In the second example, we're going to round this to the nearest hundredths place. And in the number, it's going to be 20.2983. Alrighty, so just like in the first example, I'm going to underline the number in the hundredths place. That is the 9. That's the number I'm rounding to. And I'm going to circle my deciding number, which is the 8. I don't care about this 3. It really doesn't matter. So 5 or above, give it a shove. So I'm going to give this number a shove. I can't shove this up to 10 because the maximum number that can fit in a single place value is 9. So when this shoves up to 10, that shoves that one up. So it's kind of like a chain reaction. So my final answer is 20.30. That 0 is really important because it proves I'm rounding to the nearest hundredths place. When you're asked to round to the hundredths place, your answer must at least go up to the hundredths place, even if the final digit is 0. All right, so let's move on to adding and subtracting. When adding and subtracting, you must line up the decimal points. Alrighty, so in example 1, we have 17.3 plus 4.972. So in my work, I'm going to put 17.3 plus 4.972. So the decimal points that they're lined up right here is really important. So for here, I can put zeros in just so it doesn't look lopsided. And let's get started on adding. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 7 is 7. 3 plus 9 is 12. Carry the 1. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. And 2. So my final answer is 22.272, or 22 and 272 thousandths. Let's move on to example 2. So in example 2, I'm going to do 14.71 minus 9.328. Now in my work, I need to line up the dot in adding and subtracting. And although order doesn't matter in addition, addition has the property, the commutative property, order does matter in subtraction. So the first number listed needs to be the number on top. Minus 9.328. I can still put that 0 here to hold the place value. So let's get started on subtracting. 0 minus 8, I need to borrow here. So that's going to make it a 10. That's going to make this a 0. 10 minus 8 is 2. This needs to borrow again. 10 minus 2 is 8. 6 minus 3 is 3. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. This needs to borrow. Lots of borrowing in this problem, but that's okay. 14 minus 9 is 5. So my final answer is 5.382, or 5 and 382 thousandths. Final example. We have 20 minus 6.94. All right, let's get started. 20 goes on top, minus 6.94. So this is a whole number here. And you might ask yourself, there's no decimal point, so there's nowhere to line it up. But that's not true. There's an assumed decimal point right here after the whole number. So that's why the decimal point is here. Alrighty, we're going to have a lot of borrowing in this problem too, but that's okay. 0 minus 4, so that's going to make it a 10. Whenever you have to leapfrog off other zeros, that's going to make this a 9. That's going to make this a 9. Keep going until you can take one away. All right, so I changed the 2 to a 1, so now I'm done borrowing. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. Decimal point, decimal point, decimal point. 9 minus 6 is 3, and then bring down the 1. So the answer is 13.06, or 13 6/100ths. Wonderful. At this point in the video, you can go back and re-watch any of the examples, or if you're feeling good about the skill, you can move on to the KIA questions. Good luck.